Good morning. I forgot to turn my camera on. Hey, everybody. Welcome, PulseWave Crypto. This is Frank from PulseWave Trading and our new channel, PulseWave Crypto. So if you're watching on either of those channels, please head over to PulseWave Crypto YouTube. The link is in the description. And like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And that channel's doing some cool things, which we are about to engage in. So the unofficial title of this show is something like Frank Looks at Twitter, and then we put a bunch of cryptos I like in the title, something like that. We'll fix it later. But good morning, everybody. I'm back. Been away for a week or so, at least from the show, and it's good to be back. So we've got, in terms of if you're asking about rally and crash alerts, then we've got a lot of crash alerts in the reports, which give us hesitance about getting back into cryptos. If you're stacking, it might be an opportunity, but in terms of trades on the upside, not seeing a tremendous amount of information come from the reports on how to go long, but a lot of crash alerts. So still a lot of hesitance in the market. This is Bitcoin right now, 36,000 this morning. You can see it's just doing this sideways kind of trading consolidation deal. This is the daily chart, by the way. And we'll see where it goes, but it's been struggling ever since this. Ever since this happened, it's been struggling, is what we would say. Elon continues to tweet, drive everybody crazy. It's just weird at this point. I'm not really understanding it, but we'll get back to some charts in a few minutes, but let's look at what's going on Twitter. This is the breaking news, and I don't know who Lydia is. I'm sure Lydia is a wonderful human being, but this is just the tweet that I found, because I don't know where I heard the story, and then I went looking for it and couldn't find it. So this is what I Googled up. So Donald Trump tells Fox Business, Bitcoin is a scam. I don't like it. Wait, I don't do a Donald Trump impersonation, but I'm sure I could. It's a scam. Right there. I did it. It's a scam. I don't like it. It's competing against it. It's getting horrible. It's competing against the dollar. To which I replied, sir, the dollar is a scam. Competing against Bitcoin. I didn't actually reply that, but I did in my heart. So did you. But I really said theta, but that's just too esoteric. No one gets that. So very interesting. Let's like Lydia. Lydia, you are a source of valuable information despite your blue check mark. I'll follow you. Let's see what happens. So just more confirmation that, or I should say some confirmation that Donald doesn't get it. And then right in the reply, someone has this one. It looks like a real tweet, but not loving crypto. I think he's a guy who just wants to continue with the system that he knows how to win in. And I'm not saying that in like a pathological way. I think that's very, I mean, he's a baby boomer and has been successful his whole life doing baby boomer things in a baby boomer world. So I get saying, I don't like Bitcoin. It's not based on anything. It's software. Not much to it. So yeah, interesting guy, but there we go. So here's some big stuff. I should make this bigger for you beautiful people. Russia mulls ordering state firm to switch to the euro, preparing for possible disconnect from SWIFT. There's a theme in the news today, though, the news I'm covering, which is the dollar's got problems. People less excited about that old dollar. And that brings us to the big news from the weekend. Of course, it was the Bitcoin conference thing going on down in Miami. Some of our Pulse Wavers were there. Can't wait to hear about it. Just in, El Salvador is developing a bill to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender, according to the nation's president, that guy. And an emotional Jack Mallers announced the news at the Bitcoin conference in Miami. So someone posted this pic of Jack crying, and I thought they were talking about at Jack of Twitter, and I was like, screw that guy. But no, it was this other guy who was making this very emotional announcement. So it is pretty interesting thing, what we're seeing here. So let's see, CoinDesk covered it. El Salvador is developing a bill to recognize BTC as legal tender, according to President Nayib. I call him NB for short because we're bros. In a videotaped announcement shown Saturday, he said he will submit the bill next week. Zap's Jack Mallers announced the news at Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami. He said his company is working with that guy to implement a plan. So people are very excited about this. And for a commentary, we bring on our expert guest, Mr. Pomp here. People are underestimating the level of competition that will happen between geographic areas as they try to lure the digital workforce. I think we're seeing that right here in the US of A. A couple weeks ago, Michael Malice was on with Dave Rubin talking about how the talent is draining from Hollywood and New York and going into these places that are more friendly to living your life, like Florida and Texas and other places. And what that does is it changes what comes downstream. If the content creators, if the culture makers are spread all over the country, no longer living in this pressure cooker of woke nightmareness, as they spread throughout the culture, our influence can breathe the free air in different places and experience other things, it's going to change the kind of content that we see. It's going to change the kind of reporting. It's going to change the perspectives of people. And so hopefully our consciousness will raise. Two early examples are Miami and El Salvador. There will be many more governments who help more than they take. Oh, help more than they take will be the ultimate winners, which is all any of us wants. In the meantime, we truck on. Let's check out some of these rally crash alerts. As I said, a lot of crash alerts. Let's see. Yeah, so the algorithm, even ADA, the algorithm isn't giving us a long. Of course, there's always, if you're using the price triggers, there's always the weekly buy resistance as your sort of fallback long in case we hit a rally. But when you get a goose egg, a 0 in the buy trigger, it means the algorithm is showing a good degree of what's the word? I don't know, hesitance, but that's an emotional word. I don't know. It's just the algorithm's not showing us anything bullish or a safe way to get in bullish in terms of a trade. And remember, the reports are all about trading. They're not about building your stack. So it's about what you want. These days, if you're accumulating something, it seems like a great time to do it. So let's get back to charts a little bit. Let's look at ADA. We've been hoping this is the ADA BTC, which is just looking awesome, isn't it? To my eye, that's exciting. We've got this rampage on the Kumo cloud. Dex always likes that. We've got positive bullish indicators on our PulseWave indicators that we put on our charts. So we don't have a rally alert on this yet, but if you're trading ADA at any way, I'd keep an eye on it. It's one of those things. It's cool because this bear market we're in has been brutal. By the way, say hello in the comments. I think we only posted this one on the small channel by accident, so we have a lot less people here than usual. So if you are watching, there's a tremendous social need, okay, for you to like and say good morning. So I appreciate it. But if you do that, and maybe we'll repost this on the other channel later, you guys will see it 10 minutes late or something. But one thing I noticed, this is the Bitcoin chart, by the way. So against Bitcoin, ADA is really doing well, which is exciting to me. It shows a certain level of sentiment out there that what happens with Bitcoin isn't the only thing that matters, and that ADA has some great stuff going on. And of course, the dollar chart now is not as exciting, but not that bad. So we'll see where that goes in the coming weeks. They're coming out with new updates and releases every day. Very exciting stuff. And, it's people kind of ignore what's going on with ADA. Certain segments of the crypto community seem to ignore what's going on with ADA. But, even here with what Pomp was saying, as much as I love Pomp, to not mention the ADA Ethiopia deal seems a little bit overly BTC focused to me. Hey, good morning. Look, we've got this terrifying Carlitos Way 117. Thank you for your generous contribution of the first comment today. Beautiful person. But to leave out what's going on with ADA in Ethiopia just seems a little weird. I mean, to me, that's one of the biggest stories in crypto right now. And I remember seeing a rumor that they're talking about yet more great things that they're coming up with. Or they may have even announced something. I got to get on top of that news. Let's look at a couple others. Of course, we had ADA and Theta as the two things. But what I started to say earlier is I've noticed during this dip, psychologically and mathematically, my portfolio hasn't hurt as much because of some of the things that I was sticking in. And one of them was Theta, one of them was ADA. And while they got beat down just like, big time, it still feels like it's got so much life compared to some other things in my portfolio. So that's been exciting, especially since I'm heavily weighted in those two things. None of this is financial advice. You shouldn't take financial advice from people on the internet that you don't know. But I'm not qualified to be a financial advisor. I'm just an all-around fun guy or something like that. So none of this is financial advice. Do your own research, but I'm really getting excited about Theta and what's going on with MainNet. So if you don't know, the MainNet launch is coming up. I think it's 21 days for thetatoken.org. 23 days, my bad. 23 days left before the MainNet launch, where you will be able to, well, they already actually just this weekend put out the ability to stake directly from the web wallet with Theta. So, excuse me. So instead of, for example, in the past, if you wanted to do the easy way, you could do the G pool staking. If you had 1,000 Theta tokens and you wanted to do a Guardian node, now you can do it directly. I think you still need to have 1,000. I'm almost sure of that, but you can do it directly from the web wallet. And I saw some screenshots and whatnot. You basically log in, you go to the staking area, and there's a few different pools or nodes that you can stake your Theta to, which is really cool. And of course, when you're staking these, you're not giving them up. My understanding is they stay in your possession. I don't know. I shouldn't talk the technicals of staking, because then I'll reveal my ignorance. But I just know it's a very safe thing to do, and you have control of the tokens. So very cool stuff. But then, of course, what's perhaps more exciting with this release is to be able to stake T-Fuel, which is their sort of gas token. Okay, and we'll cover this a little more in the future as I put some stuff together. But what's going on with that, you need 10,000 of those to stake them, and then you'll be able to get a certain percentage off of them running an edge node, which is extremely easy to do. It's just, in fact, you'll be able to do it with Gpool, but you can do it on your own computer downloading the edge node thingy. which they have a beta version out right now. It's not doing the full thing that it's going to do, but already you can earn some T-Fuel. So the news that I'm seeing is 60% of Theta. And by the way, Theta, I believe, have there's nothing being withheld. All of the tokens are out in nature, all billion of them. So there's nothing left to mine. There's nothing left to distribute. They're out there, from what I understand. So 60% of those are staked in nodes, which is a tremendous sign of what's going on with that community, and the fact that people are looking to hold these things long term because they believe in what this incredible project is doing. So sorry to be shilling. I just get excited about it. So with this date coming up with MainNet 3.0, of course, people are getting their T-Fuel ready so that they can stake them and begin to earn T-Fuel off of their T-Fuel, as well as earning T-Fuel off of their Theta. So it's getting pretty cool. Also, some talk of Theta possibly wooing or working with the world's third largest software company, and I believe the largest company in Germany, and some interesting relationships going there. And it's more of a rumor, I guess, at this point. So we'll see what goes on. Man, looking at some other coins. Wanted to look at. No, that's not the one I wanted to look at. Let's look at BCH. Same as everything else that's not rallying. Want to look at a couple others. Cody being murdered. Yeah, it's like you open the charts and it's either something. If you're lucky, you'll see something above the Kumo cloud. Most of them are way below it. All kind of doing the same thing. So we'll see what's going on. Hey, if you want to get access to these rally crash alerts as well as all of our educational materials, head over to PulseWaveTrading.com. You can sign up for a free account. Get access to some of our tutorials about how to use the system, about how to set up your charts. If you're looking at our chart and you're wondering what these indicators are and how we use them, you can learn about that at PulseWave Trading with a free account. If you want to get access to these wonderful rally crash alerts, published every weekday evening, Sunday night through Thursday night, get these rally crash alerts with specific buy, sell triggers, stop losses, market momentum, and so on. Very powerful tool in your hands. So check that out at PulseWaveTrading.com. Please like, subscribe, and just think nice things about me, because I'm thinking nice things about you. All right, everybody. I'll see you soon. We'll be back with more wonderful things about cryptos and stocks and all kinds of stuff. PulseWaveTrading.com. Take care, everybody. Oh, here it comes. About to explode. That ace. This guy's like okay at